Hi everyone, I'm Carlton D'Souza and this is Million Opinions. In today's episode, we have Surya Radhakrishnan, who loves fashion, automobiles. She did her studies in the UAE and recently got a job. So we're going to speak on how the transition is from a student to an employee and her journey as a thought leader / influencer. So before anything, I want to ask, your name is Surya, but your handle on Instagram is something else. How did that come about?
So it's a pretty funny story. So the thing is that in my house, I was not allowed to have Instagram and all of those social media, right? So I had to come up with something that, doesn't show up to my mom's For You page, or if she searches, it shouldn't come in her, search list. So I had to get some username related to not my name. I was thinking a lot, browsing around names. That time it was something like super awesome girl, slay. Oh my God, such dramatic usernames. I did not really like it. So I was like bringing up ideas. Then I thought, why don't I just invert my name? My name is in short form Surya RK. So I was just writing it down and I was like, you know what? Maybe inverted Surya RK might look good, as well as my mom is not going to find that out. So that's where I got Krayrus, Krayrus, Surya RK inverted.
Fascinating. But did she find out in the end?
Yes.
How soon was it?
I would say 2 years later or something.
Okay.
Once the fame started hitting, my videos started coming in the For You page of her colleagues, and they were like, oh my God, isn't this your daughter? She's in my For You page. And my mom was like, who's Krayrus? That's how she came to know my username, my Instagram, and now she follows me. So,
But at that time, did you get into trouble?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. I was born and raised in a very strict brown household.
Mm-hmm.
So getting caught with Instagram was a big of a deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And at what age did you start becoming an influencer?
I would say my first year of college,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like once COVID slowly started hitting. So pretty much I was at home, so thought of making some content and all of that. Yeah.
Surya, I'm not as popular as you in social media, but I've done an episode which released on July, and that said about screen time.
Okay.
And I'm sure even if it becomes popular, most of the thought leaders and people who are having a very massive following on social media and such and very young ones such as yourself would not really pay much attention to that.
Like.
So that spoke about screen time.
Mm-hmm.
And when is the right time to give a child a smartphone? And everyone tries and pushes that age to probably after 14 or 15, just because of the dangers that are there on the internet and safeguarding, on a safeguarding perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as parents, we are protective.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes a bit too overprotective.
Yes.
So tell me, how much time would you spend on your presence online, and what benefit do you get out of it?
Okay, so honestly, the thing is that in my school time, I never had a phone. I did not even know what's a phone. So my parents were very strict with that matter. No phone until you graduate from school. I really appreciate that. Why? Because one thing I realize is that when I see and look into my friends, they're always on their phone because they got a habit from childhood using the phone. Like, let's say someone is talking, they'll be using their phone. If they're with their parents for a dinner, they're already into their phone. And that just doesn't bring the connection between people. But when it came to me, yes, I did complain a lot to my parents. All my friends have phone and all of that. But as I grew up, I understood the value of it. Like, I really appreciate the fact that I did not have phone back in. Otherwise, even I would have had that habit of using my phone when people are like interacting and all of that. So from my perspective, my personal advice, I wouldn't give a kid phone until school. Because
What age?
I would say 16,
Okay.
17. Yeah.
16 and
I'm
17.
so sorry, but I'm pretty strict because my friends do say this. They're like, bro, I swear to God, I feel like you're going to be a strict mom for sure. Because this is what I got from my parents, and I really think it's a good idea because I don't know, it was a good idea, and I'm also going to do the same stuff, the inherited strictness, but it's a good stuff. Like you value the other person's time, you value the other person's interaction with you, so you won't be in your phone. And also another thing is that when I did not have my phone, I used to go around, let's say I'm on holidays, I would go around, look at the animals around, play with this and that. I was very much into the nature and stuff. But if I had my phone that time, I would just sit in my room and just browse my phone and just scroll through and stuff like that. So that's something I much appreciated. 16, 17 is the age.
So that's when you got your phone.
Yes.
And you got into social media when COVID hit.
Yes, I would say when I was 20, 21.
21.
Yeah.
And when did brands started approaching you?
The first brand that approached me would be Calicut Paragon, the restaurant.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Yeah. So that was my first video that went a bit viral. Until that, honestly, my parents wasn't that appreciative about social media, content creation, and all of that. So once there was this video that was about Calicut Paragon, where like how your Indian parents are very prone to go to one restaurant and nothing else. They'll spend how much ever money in an Indian restaurant, but if they spend more than even 50 dirhams in McDonald's, it's a big problem. It's a very big financial problem. So I was talking about that content over there, and Calicut Paragon's owner or someone came across the video and he really appreciated it. He called us over, like me and my family. He invited over to the restaurant for a dinner, bought up the chefs and all of that. So when that happened, my parents were really proud. That's the first time my parents were like, you know what? Actually, it's not a bad idea to go into content creation field, but it shouldn't be your main priority. Your main priority should be your education. This can be a side hustle. So yeah, that's how it began. The first brand was Calicut Paragon.
Nice. And you graduated as a mechanical engineer.
Yes.
You also had this article on about you and your team building a car, and you guys went to Netherlands. Yes.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So it was a competition called Formula Students Netherlands. It's like world's biggest engineering competition. So over there, what we did is that we built a student formula car. So according to their rules and regulation, we are supposed to build a car and present it over there. So we got selected in the MENA region, and 18 of us just went to Netherlands, presented our cars. Yes, we did not win the competition because it's a huge level of experience to be put out there. And it was our first time. But we did get a third prize amongst the 28 university for business pitch presentation. It was me and one of my friend Vaishnavi who presented it, and we did it. So that was some good experience. Like, we thought our vehicle was the best, okay? But the second we went there, we see sponsors on vehicles like Porsche, Red Bull, all of those big companies, and they have budget something like $300,000, and ours was just 50,000 dirhams car, done. Ours would be the cheapest vehicle over there. So we understood that this is not the work we are supposed to put up. There is much more talented people out there who has put much more effort. So that's what we're supposed to compete with. So we were in this nutshell that, this is the competition and we are the best. But once we went out there for an international competition, that's when you understand there are much more better people out there putting all out. So yeah, that was the competition about.
Mechanical engineering, something that you wanted, or your parents wanted you to take that up?
Okay, so I had a lot of occupation going around me. I wanted to become an air hostess. Then I wanted to become a pilot. I remember there was a time when I was to just sit in the flight and just cry. And my mom's like, what happened? Mama, one day I'll become a pilot for sure. I'm also going to fly. And then she's like, Surya, did you see your eyesight? Like, I don't think so you can pass that because your eyesight, like the power is too high. And also the height, there were so many problems like that. Another thing is that pilot education fees, very expensive. So that's something my parents didn't want to put in a lot of cash in it. That was one matter. But yeah, after that, I wanted to do computer science. So my dad was like, no, why computer science? So many people are doing computer science. I'm a mechanical engineer. Your granddad was a mechanical engineer. I guess you're also supposed to become a mechanical engineer. I'm just like, what? No, I want to be a computer science student. He's like, no, you're taking mechanical engineering. That's it. That's the perfect job because it's very flexible. Mechanical engineer can do everything. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I was not this person who was very adamant that I want this.
What about your love for automobile?
Okay, that's another topic coming up. So my love for automobiles started when I did my internship in a company called Dynatrade.
Okay.
So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I never liked cars. I don't know how did I get this feeling and love towards car all of a sudden. So my mom got this internship for me in Dynatrade. She was like, you did mechanical engineering, you should go for internship. I was like, what? Again? Okay, as you say. So I was in hands-on work with the mechanics in the garage. So when I started doing that, I really liked the vibe. Like, I really like how I was playing around with the parts, understanding the engine of a truck, of a car. So that really excited me. So as soon as that feeling was happening around my head, that's when the competition came up. So the selection for that happened. And I was like, you know what? If I can work in a garage, I might as well can go for this competition as well. So that selection happened. I got into that. We started building a vehicle over there. So I would say it was a mix of situations that came together, and that created opportunity for me as well as the interest in me. So that's how I got into automobile and all of that.
Any plans of automobile brands approaching you anytime soon?
So I have not seen that coming yet.
But you're open to the idea?
Yes, definitely. That's why I want to do my master's also in automotive powertrain or something like that.
Okay, so you intend to study further as well?
Yes, I'm looking more into luxury brand management of automotive.
Okay.
So something like that.
How was the transition? How is it from being a student to recently starting to work?
So what happened, like I studied mechanical engineering, right, in BITS Pilani, Tupai. So my mark wasn't that great because I was more prone into extracurricular activities.
Which is not a bad thing, by the way.
Yes, it is good. So extracurricular activities was my main priority, and that's something my parents did not accept. In this Brown household, extracurricular activities can be sidelined, but you should be doing your courses right. So my marks started going down and all of that. So my only hope and way to cover up my mark was to get a good job. If I get a good job, even if my grades are down, I guess my parents will forgive me during the graduation day. So I started searching LinkedIn, all of that. I tried my level best to get a good job. So perfectly a job interview came, and I was very adamant I wanted something in automobile industry itself. Perfectly, this interview came up in my college, and it was automobile plus defense. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. Now my parents are going to be proud. I guess they're just going to ignore my marks. So God grace, everything aligned well. And I did not have much of a struggle. But yes, I did see people have a lot of struggle, and I'm very grateful to God for giving the opportunities in front of me. Got it, did it, and right now I have a job.
And how's the job process to adjust to a job? How was that? Is it still a learning process? Are you getting there?
Yes, it's still a learning process. Even when I had my appraisal, my manager was like, Surya, you need to work on your communication skill. I understand you just graduated, but when you write a mail, Surya, please make it professional. It's not your friend on the other side who's texting you. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I understand. I should get more professional. That's something I need to work a lot on, because the transition from a chill engineering student to a very professional defense-related company, it was difficult for me to, adjust to that environment. So yes, I'm still in the learning process.
That's nice. What are the other things that you're passionate about?
I would say, being very honest from my heart, I love fame. I love the idea of fame, getting out there. I'm not this person that, I like to keep my things hidden, or I'm a very low profile person. I like going all out. I love the fame, I love the attention, I love the bling bling and all of that. But at the same time, I have this other side that the thing is, when you're in content creation field, people want to talk about you. People want to make stories out of you, gossip about you. But when that gossip affects your personal life, it hurts a lot. So that's something I really hate about the fame and all of that. Keeping that aside, I love everything about fame. So I see myself one day being famous in a good way, God grace. Yeah, that's what I want. But something in a field that I really love. Imagine me getting famous in a field, something like automotive and social media mixed together, something amazing. Or maybe one day I'm seeing this podcast and I'm like, oh my God, I'm already there. I'm already there and I'm watching. So something like that.
So automobile, social media, where you get to be probably a presenter.
Maybe I would love that.
Any advice for the ones who are still in school?
Okay.
Some advice that you can give them as a graduate already.
When I was in school, I was praying to God, oh my God, please get done with this. I just want to join my college. When I was in college, I was like, I'm so done with this toxic environment and people around me. I just want to go to get a job, get some money and be happy. Right now I have a job and I'm just like, oh my God, I wish I could go back to school or my college. So I would say all the students out there, enjoy that year. Trust me, once you pass the years, you really want to go back and enjoy more. So enjoy, balance out your studies, do extracurricular activities because those things really give you amazing memories. So I used to dance in my college. Okay. I was not this person who was like, oh, I only want to study, focus on my course or something like that. I was more inclined onto the extracurricular activities, right? So when I joined my dance club, it gave me a lot of good friends, a lot of memories, good experiences. So that's something I would say all the students not to pull back because of your studies. If you're really good at something, just go for it. Do your stuff. Don't be scared that your parents are going to be angry with you or something like that. Even if they are, I would say just lie. Just lie.
Well, we're going to edit this bit.
I mean, my parents didn't want me to be in the fashion club or whatever. Like, my mom knew, but my dad wasn't appreciative about me being in the fashion club. So I would say my dad that I'm going for ASME Association studies. So I'll be a bit late, but I'll be working on my fashion club, my dance club and all of that. My mom would be the one supporting me to, balance out everything because she knows that I really love these things. But at the same time, I'm also studying, but not that great. So yeah, if you're really into something like extracurricular activities, go for it because that's something you're gonna bring to your future and just gonna think, and that's beautiful memories. So cherish it, enjoy your life, but not too much that you destroy your basic core stuffs. So yeah.
You still dance, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And what exactly do you like dancing? What to? Like what kind of
don't-
music?
I do not have anything like in specific, but I'm trained for Bharatanatyam, classical dance. That's what more I am strong in. But yes, I do folk, Eastern dance, contemporary and all of that.
I saw once on your post that you were wearing a traditional costume, a traditional Indian costume, and you were vibing to a hip hop
Song, yeah.
That was really fun to see.
Yeah, I like I like mixing hip hop and classical dance together.
Or like a fusion.
Yes, it brings more versatility. That's something that's like, interests me. So yeah, I love mixing up two things together.
So you said you love fame.
Yes.
And how are your parents with that now?
They would be fine with fame if it's something related to educational field. Let's say I became a big CEO of a company, IT company. They'll be like, oh my God, amazing. Let's say I became a big famous influencer. They're going to have the biggest grumpy face. They're not going to like that. So something that's in the educational field, professional field, very much appreciative in the Brown household, but something related to content creation, I became famous. I don't think so. My parents are going to approve.
Okay. So how are you going to balance that then? Because in a Brown household, we are still under our parents' rule.
Yes, I still live with my parents.
Yeah. So how are you planning to manage that? Probably your mom as your secret teammate.
Yes, my mom is my best teammate and my brother. So they both align well. We all work together. We somehow balance stuffs out. And my dad will be at the end of the day happy with it because my mom is fine. Moms will somehow butter dad and, they'll just get the things done. So I'm fine in that way. One person is there to support me.
So you have a good team backing you
I have
up.
a very good team, very strong team. My mom and my brother.
How much time does it take in order to work on your content now?
Okay, so as said before, my main priority obviously is not content creation. It's my job, right? So what I do is that whenever I'm free, once my job is done, I get back home. I just take a quick video, edit it, and I'll schedule the reel. Because most of the time I tend to forget to post. So I just schedule it and I'll post it. Or maybe I'm having my lunch. I'm during the lunch break. So I just edit real quick that time itself. So usually I make my content and edit my videos during my free times. Honestly, I've never taken time for editing a video because that's not my main priority, right? So yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. And do you leave your phone and go for a break without your phone? Like a
No.
No. So your phone's there with you always.
I work in sales. I cannot keep my phone away.
Sorry, what I meant was, when I say phone away, I mean phone away from content creation. Do you do something like extracurricular right now other than dance? I know you dance.
Yeah.
But do you spend time with your friends without phones?
Honestly, no.
No,
Without
okay.
my phone, I don't. Yes, my phone will be in my pocket and we'll be talking. I wouldn't be as said before, I wouldn't be using my phone if I'm interacting with someone. Right? Only when I'm alone or I'm just jobless and I'm just like in my free time, that time I might use my phone.
Right.
But again, if I'm interacting with someone or I'm doing my work, phone is in the pocket, on the bag, something. Yeah.
You are into fashion and makeup as well.
Yes. I have a mix of everything here and there.
So how do you manage all of this?
Honestly, even I asked that myself. How am I going to manage all this? Like I told you before that I'm a kind of flexible person. So I like automotive. I like fashion. I like makeup. I like dancing. I like a bit of getting into my master's studies and all of that. And even I at times just sit and think, how am I going to bring all of this together? Am I being too greedy? Like I like everything, but how am I supposed to bring this together? I think about it, but I don't know. I haven't reached there yet. That how am I going to bring in all my interests together and show it up? But at the end of the day, you need to sacrifice something else. Let's say my main interest is automotive. I would be more inclined to that. My fashion will be maybe a bit sidelined. Or I would do it if some opportunity comes and that's it. So that's how it works. If my interests are there, I would be more, inclined to the thing that I prioritize more. And the other thing will be just as an opportunity or free time thing. So yeah.